today. We've got another, there's an app for that, ACE webinar. This time we have Florian and Jana from lovebytes.codes. They're going to talk about their app, Jigo, for Jira, which is all about integrating with Google Workspace. So, Florian, why don't you introduce your project? Oh, sorry, before we do, I've also got Carolyn Allen here with me today. Carolyn's represents the Sunshine Coast ACE, so helping me out because my throat is feeling quite sore. So for a change, I won't be saying too much.
Jumped on last minute. Hello, welcome guys. Florian, over to you. Give us a little intro and we can kick off.
Well, thank you very much, Carolyn. Thanks, Geoff. I'll talk directly to Carolyn from now on. Hello, everyone. My name is Florian Reichl. I'm a Jira specialist since 2017-ish. I've specialized in my professional life in refactoring historically grown Jira instances that have become sort of a mess over time. And I was starting with my friend and former colleague Amr back in 2019, a solution partner, Collabri, based in Austria, and we joined forces with Cybert Media, back then now Cybert Solutions. And back as Collabri, we've had an Jira instance, which was, you can tell, set up by an expert specialized in refactoring. It was perfect. Really, I'm really confident to say that it was really set up perfect and very clean. And we were, when we moved to cloud, impressed by the product Microsoft 365 from the German company Yasun. Big shout out to those guys. And when we joined forces with Cybert Media then in 2023-ish, I realized, okay, Cybert is back on the Google Workspace. There's no Microsoft in this organization. Now I need to find a kind of a proper pendant, they call it in French. And there was none. And I was complaining for, I think, 3 months or 4 months, like, no, we can't do this. There's no such tool for Jira. And then I gave up and resigned and said to myself, okay, then I get to find people to help me building a new one. And that's how everything started. And I met, I know Jana since many years, but we were basically doing music before together, and I realized she's a very senior web developer. And then I made her an immoral offer, and she thankfully accepted. And up to this day, she's fulfilling all my wishes and needs in terms of web development, and she's the go-to person for everything we do and build over here. I'm basically just the talking head and the guy who talks too much and promises too much. So I think I'm maybe kind of funny for 2 or 3 minutes to listen to, but after a while it's gonna get more interesting for you guys to actually follow Jana and the technical presentation. So if you're ready, if it's late enough in your private schedule now, Jana, maybe you want to take over and give us a demo what Jigo actually does and is capable of.
Well, I'm not fully sure about that, but yeah. So hello, I'm Jana. I'm doing all kind of programming stuff since many years. I think it's over 20 years now. And I'm not alone in our team, just to not have all the compliments that Florian just gave me. Yeah, we initially started as just me, and then we just naturally grew. as Florian just said, our idea was to integrate Google Workspace into Jira, and we wanted to have features that had the assume Microsoft Office 365 for Jira, also kind of built for Google Workspace. Of course, it's not like a copy. It's a completely different stack. It's a completely different infrastructure possibilities. So we're trying whatever we can do. The idea is really to connect both worlds and to have of course improve over time. So I will just start with showing what we can do right now, and then maybe we will go into what we will do or want to do in the future. Okay, so I will just move some of my screens for a second, and then hopefully get the right screen. This looks correct. Okay, all right. So what I try to do for this demo is to show this from two perspectives. So one perspective would be the, let's say, more Google Workspace user, and the other perspective is a person working more in Jira. Of course, sometimes you still need to switch, but we try to reduce it. So our mission is to try to switch all the context, try to reduce the context switching that we have right now. So this is our demo user. So if you just when I'm switching around too much, just focus on the color of the top and tabs here. So this is like greenish, and the other one is bluish. So
okay.
Get rid of that. So okay, so I'm here one of a Google user, and there are some features that I'm now switching to Jira side to show you first. So what are we doing? Of course, session timed out for now. So when you are in Jira and you are in any Jira issue or work items, how they are called now, we added some panels and also features into the side panel. So let's just open up one of those panels, like the Gmail panel. So here you will see no emails found. What does this mean? So what's our idea is to link, which means connect communication or pretty much anything in the future with a Jira ticket. So we can send new emails here. We could, for the chat panel, link new chats or create new chats. And we can, of course, also for the calendar integration, schedule new events. In the side panel, we also have the possibility to send a new email, to create a new chat space, and add a new event quickly. So we had people working a lot in service management, where the side panel is more of use. So one of our newest features is default chat spaces for our chat integration. So if you look into the chat panel here, we will see that there is also one line which is grayed out. So this is one of those default chat spaces. The idea behind that is that we have a project where people usually communicate in one specific space, and if we want to connect that to that work item, we can easily just click on that button, confirm, and it should be here in a second. So this is now connected. Connected means essentially that it just shows up in the list here, but for a future update, we also want to have chat functionality here. So this is one of the next features we actively try to push, that you can then click here and immediately chat in that space. So you don't need to go over there. Right now, you need to go over there, but as we said, we want to get rid of that. But as said, I just wanted to show you that from the more Google perspective. So if I'm here in Google, we have essentially two other apps that enable you to work with Jigo in the Jira side, which is in one case the Workspace add-on, which I haven't even granted permissions. Okay. So what this is doing, the Workspace add-on is okay. Let's keep it as that. The Workspace add-on is a possibility to also create issues from Google Workspace, to link and search issues and edit them. But unfortunately, our possibilities are very limited for the Google Workspace add-on. So we have the basic functionality in the Google Workspace add-on, but I'd rather focus on our browser extension, which has a lot of features. Okay, I'm still here.
Yeah, we can hear you and see you.
Because I've heard the call closing sounds in the background. Okay, what can we do here? So if we are in any email, let's say I got a new email from our designer who sent us a new picture for a logo for an app. And usually if I wanted to get that into Jira, I need to use that text, copy that image, maybe download it first to have it in the best quality. And that annoyed us. So what we did, we have either this plus button here, which allows us to create an issue, or this create work item button. And if we click that, we have usually the normal screen, which you should know from Jira, to create work items. So we need to select the project, the work type, and so on. And we can also use the open email. This takes all properties from the email, and we can summarize that with AI, which is the best thing right now. But essentially, it's just a small feature to just make it more clear, and which consolidates all the information we find in the email. And what we can do as well is to link that email to share the email, which I want to come back later. Or to link the threads. I'm doing the link thread option right now. So linking threads means every future communication will also be visible in the work item. So let's just go to fill out the remaining things. So let's pick the to-dos. Let's say it's a task. Assign it to my other user. And I think that's pretty much everything I want to. So as you've seen, when I selected the issue type, so this should be work item type. I think that's because Jira is still giving us that name. So when we access Jira to tell us, hey, so what's the field types for this project, it's still telling us issue type. But we will try to make everything more clear and also a bit better than what Jira is offering. So when I create this work item now, I forgot something. I also checked uploads attachments. So there was a checkbox to select this one attachment into the issue. So I created this issue now. So pretty much I'm done here for the Google Workspace user. So I can just continue my work, go to the next email, and do something else. So what I can do as well is to just see, okay, there's a new thing. So someone complained that our plants are dying. So I can get disconnected. Okay, I can search for work items as well. Seems like there is still some minor issue. Okay, it's working now. It's because I'm switching around too much. So, and there is, when I search for work items, we have a lot of different filters you can use to search for your specific work item. The default options would be to have all the work items visible that are the last one you've visited in either Jira or Google Workspace browser extension. And I can then also just click on this link button here and link that to that work item as well. So let's say I want to link that mail and also share it for now. Okay. If I then go to Jira, just to show it, I should have, okay, it's now, as this is a testing instance, don't mind the all the additional work items. So this is the issue I created before. And if I go down here, you will see that there is this one email that I linked with that. And okay, maybe this was the wrong issue that I opened. So this is not the one I created right now, but let's assign it to my other user, which is working in Jira. And go to that other user. So here, if Jira is updating, I should get a notification that I'm the new assignee, hopefully. Yeah, this looks correct. And as you've seen, so this was the original user that has the email and linked it with the creation of the work item. And here, if I go down, I don't need to open the Gmail panel now, because every time when there is already something linked, it will be default. It will be shown as default, and I will see that specific email here. So this is because I shared it with my other user. Per default, linking it will only show it to that user that linked it. This is to reduce any clutter, to not have too much visible. But you can, of course, share anything. So you can share emails, you can share chat spaces, you can share events. For chat spaces and events, this would mean that you can join them. So a shared chat space would be a space you are not a member of, but you can join it. And one thing that I wanted to show you as well, I think I hope I linked the thread for that specific email, that's new logo email, and if
you did.
I'm not sure if I opened the correct work item in the background, because this is 82 and I think I had 84, but let's hope. So if I answer here in Gmail, this should show up in. No, this is not the correct one. As I thought, it should be this one here. Yeah, I trusted Jira to notify me about my new. Sorry, just need to reconsent. And it's not showing up. Yeah, that's what I thought. Sorry, as I got too confused by speaking too much. I'm usually more of the shy type and not doing 10 things at the same time, so I get confused easily. So this is now the one I created beforehand, and I linked the thread. So I linked it, which means only I see it, which is visible with not having a border at the left side. So if I then open up this here, I will see that I essentially see two emails. So this is the one I linked beforehand, and this is the answer that I wrote myself. This will also, you will also see any messages that other people answer. So if I send that to any outside person, anything that Google detects as a threat message, so that's what you will usually see if emails look at this with conversations. Any email we will also show here. So this makes it very easy to follow up communication when things change a lot. And I can also share this here. So I can share the full communication. This, of course, is a security thing. Sometimes you don't want to share full conversations. But in this case, we did it. We want to give people the option to do that. And if I just refresh here, I will see this shared email. So this is my other user again. And I can just open up this here and see, okay, there is new communication. And I can just open up these emails here. And also if I want to download attachments from those emails. So that's pretty much what we want to offer users, to have the toolbox to link their communication however they want to. But we, of course, want to have the option to limit that as well. So let's just switch the configuration for 1 second. This is
may I briefly interrupt? I just want to make sure that everyone can follow and understands what they've seen so far. Maybe you can get back once in the browser history to really. Oh yeah, perfect. So what you've seen is basically the application of 2 distinct users, and the one user was not able to see the mail conversation unless Jana shared it with the other user's accounts, and since it's shared, everything's visible to that other user as well. So the sharing functionality is a little bit different and shown by this yellow ribbon over there. Maybe I have one question at this point at the audience. So who of you guys is actually a Jira admin, not just a user? Maybe you can give us a short feedback so that we can tell if it's the right thing to give you now backend administration information, or if you're more interested in user features. Yes, admin here. Amr, you don't need to reply. I think I can tell that. Great. Okay. Admin here.
Sounds like go Techo. Yeah, do it. Smiling.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Then I can just switch to the configuration for 1 second. It's quick, so I just wanted to show that there are a lot of different restriction possibilities. So as you've seen, by default, you will see the Gmail, the chats, and the calendar tabs panels anywhere. But we also included the possibility to enable or disable anything of that. So if you want to just use the Gmail feature, you can just activate that and leave all those other options disabled. You can also do that for projects. So what we wanted to have is, if people really want to use it but only want to start with one project, you can just disable it globally and then go into, let's say, this to-dos project and then just activate it there. In addition, we have permissions, which means you can set up different user groups in Jira, and then say, okay, our Gmail integration, we just want to have this user group using them. Yeah, this is the first thing that you can use to limit access to Jigo. Then we have other things as well. If you remember the sharing option that we have, sharing needs a very specific type of access to your workspace data. And we really try to reduce access to your data as much as possible. So we don't save anything on our instance. Any link that we did here is stored in that issue. So nothing is stored at our servers. We only use your user that is connected right now, and with the information that one specific entity is linked, we access that information with that user, and if they are allowed to, they see it. If they're not allowed to, they don't see it. So essentially, you don't need to change anything for permissions wise. In your Google Workspace instance, everything is already managed, and this will kept this way. But when you share something, this won't work. So we have the option to set up a service account. This is optional, but highly suggested, because this allows to use the sharing functionality. Without that, we unfortunately don't have the sharing functionality available. We have other possibilities to do kind of the same stuff, but things like sharing a chat space that other people can join just won't work, because we need to share the chat space in the context of the owner of the chat space, because we use their permission to invite other people. So this needs to be set up.
Jana, may I briefly interrupt you, because there's a question in the chat that's almost related to what you've been saying now. There's a question: if an email has been shared by a reporter with me, then am I allowed to share that email with other users for that work item?
So for now, we don't really have distinct shared to people. So we shared for everyone of the work item or for nobody. So we want to have that in the future, but for now we can only share it for everyone in the ticket.
So it's basically dependent on the issue permissions in Jira. Who's allowed to see an issue is allowed to see objects.
Florian, I don't know what this word issue is. What is that word issue? Isn't it work item now?
Excuse me. Thank you very much.
It's still happening in my brain.
So great question. So at the moment, so once you've shared the email, it's basically down to the issue level security, or if you've got access so there you go, I said at issue level, to the work item level or work item level security, but whatever. But you're basically within the Atlassian security framework at that point. If you share it, great. Yeah.
Okay. So back to the service account. This needs to be set up with the Google Workspace admin, and of course is very sensitive. So I know that this won't be for anyone, but as said, the best features we can offer need that. And even with that, we don't save anything. So we use that to access the workspace instance, but nothing is logged, nothing is stored at our servers. We really want to focus on, we want to give you a toolbox, but we don't want your data. Okay, let's continue to things that you can still use to restrict functionality. So for each app we right now are using, we have a lot of different configuration items. You can enable or disable linking of email threads. So as said, some may not want to have the linking of full threads and conversations. Here you can disable that. Here you can disable sharing if you don't want that. That means you could set up a service account, but only enable sharing for emails, but not for chats and events. You can restrict sharing to specific groups. So again, you don't trust everyone, but maybe specific admins that are already trained. So you can just say this specific user group is allowed to share, the other ones are not. And then we also have the possibility to allow project admins to override global settings. So we have a other section for the project admin where they can have specific settings as well. Most of those settings are already here. So it's just overwriting. For example, we can override share email threads. So again, if you want to globally disable that, but one project is allowed to share, just do it. And you can do it here. For Google Chat, we have pretty much the same options for sharing. We can select the chat app. We can have notification settings. That means if you get invited, you get an email. This is for use with external users because they don't get emailed very often. And for calendar, we have a lot of other options that make sense for calendar items, for events, like time zones, how you want, what information you want in the events, and so on. And then we have one additional option for Gemini, which allows us to enable or disable AI features. Because again, data is important to us. We don't want that people think that our Gemini API key is used for any prompting with your data. So you can disable that, or of course use your own API key. That means nothing of your email content, for example, will be used for prompting, and yeah, you should be safe. Yeah, that's pretty much what we have for configuration right now, but we will just improve that over time. Things that may be important to notice as well. In one of the newest versions, we also included commenting in the browse extension, which means you can just write comments here, which also is the default is I'm here I'm working in Google. I don't want to switch to Jira to just answer one comment. We want to have notifications in the future. So if somebody mentioned you in the comments here, and so you don't need to really go to Jira. And one of the newest things that we have right now, let's just go to maybe anything that has text. So one of the new features we included with the newest version is to create work items from anywhere. So this essentially allows us to mark any text on any site viewer, to right-click and create work items and put it here. So this essentially should be the quickest tool for you to use to create work items for anything. So this is not limited to Google Workspace. You can just do that anywhere. So you're working in your, let's say, Outlook inbox in the browser, of course. You can do it here. You are on a technical description page or see newest information about something. You want to have an issue for that, do it here. So as said, we don't want to limit that to Google Workspace. It's kind of, but what we want to offer is to have a great tool to really work with Jira and
sorry, Jana.
I think that's really powerful.
Yeah, what we want to show is you can even create issues on Twitter.
Yeah.
I'm sure there'd be a few there.
I won't go to Twitter right now because that's a different topic. But let's go to one of Austrian's news pages where you can just say, use this. I have one open right now, so I just close that, and I can take that. It's the same as copying and that to an issue, but you can stay on that context you are right now. So that's what we want. So less context switching, keep your focus, and yeah, that's pretty much what our idea.
I really like that.
Yeah, it's such an important thing now, that stay where you are kind of functionality. So I don't want to leave this page or this. I'm notoriously bad for having 500 tabs open at a time, doing all these different things. It would be nice to be able to stay where I am and go, all right, I need an issue for that, or I need to look that up or add a comment. So I can definitely see some applications and how powerful that could be, especially if it does go across not just Google but other platforms as well. It's excellent.
And one more thing that I forgot to show is I showed that you can link existing emails with any work item. You can, of course, do this with chat as well. So if I'm here in any chat, you can just link that as well. Or if I'm in Google Calendar and want to link anything, that's working as well. So use however you want. We just want to give you a toolbox. That's pretty much Jigo. Yeah, I think I'm done. So I will just.
Yeah. Maybe one more thing we should let people know.
Questions?
Yeah.
We didn't showcase that, but there's a multi-instance functionality.
Oh, yeah,
so in case you've got more than one instance in Jira, more than one side, you can, of course.
You can always switch here. So that's, yeah.
And I just had a quick marketplace. It's obviously free for 10 users or less. I'm assuming you guys are offering, like a free trial as well. And it looks like the pricing starts at about $2 per user per month. Is that about right? And goes down from there depending on the scale.
Yeah.
Correct.
I think it's pretty much the default Jira scheme with going lower than that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that seems pretty reasonable for the functionality that you're getting from that. That's great, guys. Are there any other questions that anyone would like to post in the chat? Obviously, if you are a Google Mail, were you saying, Florian, that there was no marketplace apps that connected Gmail and chat with?
So there's loads of apps out there. But not a single one of them has like a profound Jira-centric scope like ours.
Yeah, it seems like it's all-encompassing, the workspace itself. Like I can see Google Slides and Google Docs and things out there in the marketplace, but nothing that just kind of has that all-encompassing view with the calendar, the chat, and the email. So it seems like you have found a little niche there, which is fantastic. So how's the response been so far?
Well, we became a rising star after 3 months.
Wow.
Atlassian, so seems like they have metrics to measure interesting apps, and we're proud of that. We experience, I would say, roughly one new trial per workday.
Yeah.
Consistently since 6 months now.
Fantastic.
There's also paying customers. There's very large organizations already trying our app, but their sales cycle happen to be a little bit different.
Yeah.
So we're really proud and happy with the response so far. There's a question: calendar integration from Amr.
Yeah, I didn't show it, but I mentioned it because essentially it's the same as in Gmail, and that I just wanted to reduce the time a bit because I noticed that I'm showing too much and we're running out of time.
We have got a 45-minute limit on these, but certainly I'm sure Florian and Jana would be welcome to other questions and feedback. What's the easiest way for them to get in touch with you guys in terms of if they did want to give you some feedback or have further questions?
So the easiest way would be I'll pop our name into the chat. You will find us basically on Google or even on Bing.
Yep.
And just reach out. We've got a service desk. We get email addresses, and you'll find us, I'm sure.
Fantastic. Well, I think that might be all we have time for today. Geoff, are we on a tight schedule with these things? And
we try to keep it to 45 minutes. So thanks very much, Florian and Jana. I've got to say, I actually looked at when you did that, being able to create an issue from anywhere. I just went, oh, was that a separate app? Because It's
Yeah, we thought about that because meanwhile, I think that using our browser extension is the most comfortable way to make new work items at all. So yeah, we think about doing a
feature. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Maybe Atlassian is interested in working with us.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for having us, Carolyn, Geoff. Thank you very much.
Thanks for joining us, guys. Really great to have you. We'll. Are you guys heading off to Barcelona in October?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Definitely.
All right. Look forward to catching up with you there, Florian.
That'd be great. Yeah.
Thanks all.
Thanks again, guys.